People were suddenly gripped by terror when red rain began falling from the sky. Everyone was too frightened to step outside, terrified by the eerie sight. But then, a fearless girl reached her hand out the window, and in the next second, she screamed in agony, as if her skin had been burned by acid. Scientist Ruth began investigating and discovered that the cause might be mutated algae in the lake that had contaminated the rainwater. She rushed to the lake with her team and began spraying chemical agents over the blood-red water. After several hours of continuous spraying, the rain finally returned to normal. But just as things seemed to settle down, an even bigger crisis emerged. Ruth discovered a new kind of mutated caterpillar on a farm. Though small in size, they had an insatiable appetite, able to devour food 200 times their own weight. Even worse, due to the magnetic field of the dome, their reproduction rate was horrifyingly fast. If nothing was done, the town's entire food supply would soon be wiped out. To stop the outbreak, they first tried burning the caterpillars, then used planes to spray pesticides from above. After a tough battle, they finally got the infestation under control. But before they could even celebrate, a fourth crisis crept in silently. In the scorching heat of summer, the town's temperature suddenly dropped below freezing. Even the walls of the dome were covered in frost. Seeing this strange sight, a curious boy touched the wall with his hand. To his shock, he felt it slowly sinking. By the time he tried to pull his hand back, it was already frozen solid to the wall. In a moment of panic, his friends rushed over and pulled with all their might, finally freeing him, but tearing the skin from his hand. Then, a piercing sound echoed through the dome, followed by violent tremors from the ground. The dome was visibly shrinking. The group rushed back into town to warn everyone to evacuate to the town center. Ruth told the townspeople that if they didn't get out in time, the closing air dome would crush them all to death. They had to find a way out. While escaping, they discovered a 10-meter wide pit in the forest, located dangerously close to the edge of the dome. No one knew if the pit led to an exit, but they had no choice. If they wanted to survive, they had to risk it. Inside the pit, they found a massive underground tunnel. They began searching for a way out, and soon stumbled upon a breathtaking sight. Glowing butterflies covered the stone walls. Everyone stood frozen, amazed by the stunning scene.